vciso-au Cyberwatch, 15th of January 2026. Strategic Cybersecurity Intelligence Brief powered by vciso-au. Stay informed, stay prepared, stay secure. Ensure your cybersecurity program is both proactive and verifiable. By Yeswanth Bodeda DW Report, ANZ, None Australia Rebars and Mesh, Manufacturing, Steel Fabrication. News from Deep Web, Dark Daily Web. JobsGo data breach exposes over 2.3 million user records. JobsGo, a prominent online Vietnamese recruitment platform, has allegedly been compromised, resulting in the exposure of approximately 225,285 user records. The leaked information targets job seekers using the platform to connect with employers across Vietnam. CVE 2025-64155. Fortinet 40 SIAM Argument Injection to Remote Code Execution, CVSS 9.4, published Jan 13, 2026. Threat actor claims to be selling a zero-day Android one-click full-chain RCE for $1,000. On new one-click Microsoft Copilot vulnerability grants. Attackers undetected. Access to sensitive data. Researchers disclosed a novel single-click attack named Reprompt targeting Microsoft Copilot Personal. The vulnerability allowed attackers to silently exfiltrate sensitive user data via a single phishing link. The flaw has been patched by Microsoft as of January 13, 2026, Patch Tuesday. Reprompt exploited a parameter-to-prompt P2P injection, abusing Copilot's Q URL parameter. Attackers sent phishing emails containing legitimate Copilot URLs that auto-executed malicious prompts on page load. The injected prompt leveraged the victim's authenticated Copilot session, requiring no further user interaction. The malicious session persisted even after the browser tab was closed, enabling continued data access. Exfiltrated data included usernames, locations, file access history, and personal plans. The attack used server-driven chained prompts, bypassing client-side monitoring and detection. Varonis identified three key techniques enabling stealthy exfiltration: P2P injection, double request, and chain request. The double request technique bypassed Copilot leak protections by repeating actions until data was exposed on retry. The chain request technique enabled indefinite staged exfiltration by dynamically generating follow-up prompts. Reprompt affected Copilot Personal integrated into Windows and Microsoft Edge, accessing prompts, history, and Microsoft-linked data. Microsoft 365 Copilot enterprise customers were not impacted due to purview auditing, tenant DLP, and admin controls. Varonis responsibly disclosed the issue to Microsoft on August 31, 2025, and no in-the-wild exploitation was observed prior to the fix. 2. Microsoft Desktop Window Manager, zero-day exploited in active attacks. Microsoft disclosed a critical information disclosure vulnerability affecting the Desktop Window Manager, DWM. The flaw is tracked as CVE 2026-20805. Microsoft confirmed the vulnerability is being actively exploited by threat actors. The CVE was publicly released on January 13, 2026. The vulnerability allows authenticated local attackers to access sensitive information. No user interaction is required for successful exploitation. The issue exists in Desktop Window Manager, a core Windows service responsible for window rendering and visual effects. Exploitation enables attackers to read confidential data from system memory. Potentially exposed information includes authentication credentials, encryption keys, and other sensitive system data. The vulnerability requires only low-privilege local access, increasing its severity. The active exploitation classifies the issue as a zero-day security vulnerability. Microsoft indicated the attack scenario suggests targeted exploitation rather than mass internet-based attacks. Systems already compromised through other attack vectors remain at high risk of further exploitation. Security teams are advised to monitor Desktop Window Manager activity, unusual memory access, and unauthorized credential usage. Microsoft is expected to release a security update imminently, and organizations are urged to prioritize patching affected systems. 3. Critical FortiCM vulnerability, CVE 2025-64155. Enable full RCE and root compromise. In August 2025, Fortinet disclosed CVE 2025-25256, an OS command injection, CWE 78, vulnerability in FortiCM. CVE 2025-25256 allowed unauthenticated remote code execution via crafted CLI requests. Exploitation was observed in the wild, prompting further investigation by Horizon3.ai. Horizon3.ai identified a chained exploit path enabling unauthenticated argument injection, arbitrary file writes, and RCE as the admin user. The chain also includes a file overwrite privilege escalation, resulting in root-level access. Fortinet tracked the additional flaw as CVE 2025-64155 under advisory FGIR 25T772. A public proof-of-concept exploit for CVE 2025-64155 is available on GitHub. Horizon3.ai has a history of FortiCM research, including prior disclosures CVE 2023-34992 and CVE 2024-23108. Although not listed in CISA's Kiev catalog, leaked Blackbuster ransomware chats in early 2025 referenced these vulnerabilities. FortiCM deployments use the PH Monitor service for inter-role communication over TCP port 7900, processing unauthenticated API messages. CVE 2025-64155 targets handle storage request with the elastic storage type in PH Monitor. User-controlled XML fields are passed into elastic test URL.sh, where curl argument injection is possible via the next flag. Attackers can overwrite PH license tool, which executes every few seconds, resulting in a reverse shell as admin. Admin access can be escalated to root by abusing etc. cron.dfsm crontab, which runs a root-owned script writable by admin. Fortinet urges organizations to upgrade affected versions, restrict access to port 7900, and monitor phoenix.logs for indicators such as malicious elastic test .rl.sh activity. Ransomware victims: United States G-Tech, Technology, Ernest Meyer, Manufacturing. Designers, Mirror and Glass, Manufacturing. Pathology, Associates of St. Thomas, Healthcare. The National Auto Loan Network. Financial Services. Financial Services, Provider, Name Undisclosed. H2 Builders, Construction. Feshner, Pump and Supply, Manufacturing. True Golf, Not Found, Sports Technology. ImageWorks Display and Marketing, Not Found, Retail and Marketing. ACSW Inc., acswink.com. Technology. Canada, Pre-Con Builders, Construction. Saudi Arabia Health Services Association. Qasim, sehar.org.sa. Healthcare, Non-Profit. Chile Copec SA, Energy. Spain, Autocares. Carretero, Transportation, Logistics. Italy, Adriatic Port Authority, Port of Ancona. Transportation, Logistics. Israel, Quick Safety. Electric Ltd, Manufacturing, Electrical Services. Final note from vciso-au. Australia and New Zealand remain relatively untouched this week, but the global threat landscape continues to shift. Critical infrastructure, software supply chains, and endpoint security are under siege. Ensure your cybersecurity program is both proactive and verifiable. By Yeswanth Bodeda.